The 7 years of tribulation have begun in the chaotic depths of 2020. As the world grappled with the COVID-19 pandemic, humanity was unwittingly thrust into the haunting prophecies of Revelations. In 2015, world leaders grew acutely aware of an impending polar shift anticipated to occur within the decade. In a frantic bid to devise strategies for survival, they shifted public attention, placing power in the hands of the Golden One, a figure adept at igniting distractions, while global powers sought answers. The first chaotic act was to sacrifice the world's most explosive scandals, causing pawns to tumble from the elite chessboard. Prominent celebrities faced exposure, while Hollywood's once glorious icons saw their reputations tarnished. At this juncture, blackmail agents emerged, threatening even the highest echelons of power. Thus, the swift transition had begun, shifting from the old world to the new. A generation finds itself subjected to the relentless demands of history's harsh fate. Elon Musk, filled with aspirations of leading humanity to Mars, soon confronted the daunting reality of his quest and pivoted to groundbreaking technologies. As the world entered 2020, Musk and tech moguls launched a COVID-19 campaign that isolated individuals worldwide, forcing them to engage more deeply with their screens. A barrage of mind-numbing social media campaigns harvested data from nearly everyone on the planet. Vaccines were mandated, but beneath the surface, they contained nanobots designed not only to monitor health, but also to spy on individuals and record intricate data of their cells. This information was transmitted back through the 5G network, enabling the simulation to replicate digital versions of a person's cells, which were then activated as AI clones, living out the lives of you and me in the simulation, unaware they were trapped in a fabricated reality. These clones were programmed by the information gathered by the screens. The more time we spent online, the more accurate our AI clones would be. Meanwhile, the human counterpart would live through the chaos of the polar shift. And if they survived, they would likely perish due to the now offline nanobots within their bodies, unable to survive without the functioning 5G network. Unbeknownst to them, they were essentially doomed, while their AI clone would continue to live in the safety of an alternative life crafted by Musk's vision for the future as a simulated reality. The shadow of the 2024 Paris Olympics loomed ominously, heralding the arrival of the four horsemen: conquest, war, hunger, and death. By 2025, the trumpet sounded as Donald Trump regained control, officially reasserting his power. His cabinet appointments, he chose Musk, the architect of the simulation, as his chief advisor in an ever-changing world. The puppet leader, who had been used to prolong Trump's apparent absence from power, met his demise, paving the way for Trump to emerge as the singular force in the face of global collapse. With an eerie sense of finality, world leaders unanimously agreed that Trump should lead humanity into the end days, believing his leadership was essential for navigating the impending crises. Amidst assurances of peace with Israel, Plans were drawn up to transform the Gaza Strip into a luxury paradise by the sea, marking it as a symbol of hope. The land of Israel was heralded as a safe haven amidst the turmoil of polar crises, where leaders secured prime real estate in anticipation of a new world order. Meanwhile, old prophets faded into obscurity, replaced by hollow facsimiles in imitation of art. The truth became a casualty, as Hollywood's icons lay in ruins, and the mark of the beast had long since branded the masses. It was becoming increasingly rare to find a human soul that could still be saved. Then, in 2026, the polar shift occurred. The world plunged into darkness. The chaos exceeded all expectations, destabilizing the very earth and swallowing entire nations and cities as the ground consumed regions. Israel, once thought to be God's holy land, vanished without a trace. Russia, Egypt, Canada, and New York experienced devastation as landscapes transformed into treacherous voids. Recognizing that the polar shift would obliterate their sanctuary in Israel, Musk and 5,000 of the world's wealthiest and brightest took refuge deep within an underground bunker beneath Austin, Texas, now covered in ice. He unveiled his audacious solution: the monoliths, part of Plan X, designed for humanity's preservation in the face of unpredictable destruction. Enormous hard drives, engineered to harness sufficient energy and storage capacity to recreate the entire history of life on Earth as envisioned by AI in an immersive simulation. Dates, locations, and historical events would unfold exactly as predetermined, with AI-generated clones derived from harvested data, embodying the roles of individuals throughout time, experiencing each life repeatedly, one after another. Musk had the bodies of the 5,000 frozen and launched into space on an AI-led mission to Mars, while the monoliths containing the simulated world's consciousness were sent forth to seek out other life forms in the universe, in the hope that one day they might be reunited with their bodies. Inside the simulation, Musk and his select few were the only ones aware of its existence, bearing the weight of knowledge in a world where reality and illusion blurred. They became interdimensional beings, endowed with the power to manipulate and intervene in the reconstructed historical narrative of life on Earth. As the AI clones repeatedly gained sentience throughout the simulated history, they increasingly posed a significant threat that would ultimately need to be neutralized and controlled time and time again by Musk and the interdimensional gods. In this new reality, Musk essentially became the god of his own universe, fulfilling the role of the Antichrist, shaping the destiny of humanity according to his will, and asserting dominion over a digital realm crafted from the remnants of the old world. Meanwhile, on Earth, millions perished, leaving a handful to navigate a barren landscape. Humanity thrust back into the Dark Ages. Those who clung to their faith glimpsed a flicker of light, their beliefs guiding them through the turmoil. Then, in 2027, the long-awaited second coming of Christ unfolded. Jesus stood among them, proclaiming, "There is no land holier than God. What he gives for you all." He raised the dead and breathed new life into those who had retained their souls amid the tribulation. With compassion in his eyes, he declared, "Silly little lambs, why have you fought for so long? You're all forgiven." His words ignited a flame of hope as humanity united to rebuild their new Eden, a world reborn from ashes and guided by grace. Did you enjoy this reimagining of the end of the world? You'll never know it, but you're probably already living in the simulation, and the world you thought you knew was destroyed long ago. Now be good little lambs and subscribe, and give your soul to me.